Hey, welcome to Fresh Info. My name is Zach Clunt. I'm the associate pastor here at Freshwater.
I'm Robert Strong, lead pastor.
Daniel Schaub. I am the beautification director.
I think we promoted you. You're like a facilities manager now.
Yeah.
Director of infrastructure and services.
Ooh, I like that title.
That one's a good one.
Now we're doing acronyms.
That's a good title.
The DIS.
Anyway, hey, we're here today to discuss our building project that we have going on here at Freshwater, and we're going to be in phase 2. So we invited Dan to kind of talk to us today about what that looks like, where we're at in the stage there. And so let's get underway.
Yeah, so I don't know if you all have noticed, but it's been crazy at Freshwater on Sunday mornings. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the reason that we started this process of adding on to our facility, kind of finishing the original plans. But you've seen a lot of stuff taking place over the last few weeks, and so Dan's been helping with that. He's been working over there, overseeing some of the projects and things like that. And so I thought, Dan, you just share a little bit about what's been happening the last couple of weeks. What can we look forward to going forward as phase 2 starts? What's that look like?
Yeah, so the last few weeks you could see that we've added the storefront windows, and then that which definitely made it look like we were progressing.
Oh, yeah.
And then last week we got the main entrance to the side in, so the double glass doors, and we're still waiting on. We've ordered and are waiting on the arrival of our last 2 exterior doors.
I thought we were just going to have plywood doors.
I think they look great.
Yeah.
It gives it a good aesthetic.
On those, baby.
You know, I mean, but, you know, some people have different opinions.
They look very Zach Cluntish.
Well, he was the mastermind.
Gotcha.
Very plain.
Yeah. So this last week I've been cleaning it up in there so people are able to actually look inside there and
Awesome.
kind of see what it looks like. Now that stuff's kind of cleaned out and you have the doors and the windows, it gives it a good visual of what we're working with.
Yeah.
So what's next? What's the next steps in terms of get the doors in, all that kind of stuff? What would be the next thing that we would get done as funds come in?
Okay, so as soon as we get the doors in and it's actually enclosed with the permanent doors, we will then work on HVAC and electric.
Nice.
Once that happens, then we are able to work around the clock. Get some people in here. We need to get up walls for the kitchens and the bathrooms.
Yeah.
We need to run the plumbing. We need to just basically work on that front half, the lobby, coffee bar, and bathroom area.
Electricity and lights, all that fun
all
stuff.
that, all that good stuff. So just get it to the point where we can stand and use it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We definitely need the heat in there, like 85 degrees, nice and warm.
No, you are not allowed to touch the thermostat anywhere in the building. That's why you have a little heater underneath your desk. It's perfect for you.
It's on 24/7.
I know.
So space. This last Sunday, I think everyone got a pretty good feel for how tight it's getting around here. So Zach, what did this last Sunday look like in terms of just why it is that we need this additional space so much?
Yeah, we are, if you have kids at all, you know that we've been out of space in the kids wing for quite a while. Trying to pick up your kid in between services is always super tight, and it's only getting worse in a lot of areas. So not just that, but then also if you're in the lobby at all, then you know our lobby space is so tight. I was just thinking as we were starting how thankful I am that we decided to start the building a year ago and not now, like today, because we would be out of space so much faster with nowhere to go, nothing to really do with it. So thankful that we made that choice a while ago to get to where we are now. So I think first service, we had 345 people. Those are adults that were in first service with 134 kids and leaders back in the kids area. So you had almost about 500 people spread out in here on the first service. And when you came in for second service or you were here for first service, you could tell in the lobby that there was no space to go. There was only one parking spot, I believe, in the whole entire lot, 199 spots that was available to park in. And it was a really tiny spot that a Prius could probably fit in. So since there's only 2 of us that drive Priuses, you would know now too.
That's
you're a
Hannah's.
Prius
I'm forced
driver.
to drive it.
Yeah, but you're
It's
a
not my
Prius
choice.
driver. It's okay.
And that's with like 30
One
people
of us.
parking in the grass, and they
Yes.
were parked down by the creek and parked along the road. And
That's right.
So everything else.
So we're max to capacity on space, which leads into why this is so vital for us to get this done, so we can kind of spread out a little bit more. And we have people that are not, really kind of just walking on top of each other in the lobby or in the kids area and everything else like that.
So you bring up a good point when you're talking about how packed it was in here in the sanctuary.
Right.
So one thing that we need to make sure that people keep in mind that we had to extend these rows to get these extra chairs in here.
It's true.
So scooting into the middle would be very helpful for when people are coming in and out, so they can find their seats and be able to worship with everybody.
Right. I mean, I get it. Like, I love a good end seat. Wherever I go, I like to be on the end because you never know when you got to get up and move. But it is very, very important. I'll start sitting in the middle. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It'll be fine. It'll be great. So
now not only do they have to sit in the middle, but they have to sit next to you in the middle.
Yeah.
There's plenty of middle seats. They don't necessarily have to sit next to me.
I think people, they don't want to sit next to me. You're right.
That's probably not true. There's someone,
yeah,
Brittany.
my wife, but she's forced to. Like,
yeah, that's true.
even then, we put a kid between us, and
Poor guy.
that's why she puts a kid between us.
It all makes sense now.
It all makes sense. Dang it. That's great. So, yeah, that's fun.
So lobby space maxed out, and our hope is to continue to keep the same kind of culture that we have. We love that our people stand and talk and hang out and catch up with one another, and so expanding that lobby allows us to do that because we don't want people rushing in and rushing out. We want people to stay and to fellowship and to get more out of this service on a Sunday morning. We come to worship, but we also come to connect with others, and so we want to continue to have that environment. And then the kid. Go ahead.
It's one of my favorite things about Freshwater is that there's a culture of where people are not rushed out of here. It does make parking and stuff tight, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it to have those connections and those conversations.
So 5 rooms. That's the number of spaces that are planned for the new area, and so that gives us some options for how to deal with our kids ministry, ways to maybe divide up some of the older groups and allow us to have more space to be able to do that. And this last Sunday we had 30, how many kids was it in the 2-3-year-olds in first service? Was it 30?
It was 25 in both.
25.
In both services.
So being able to get those classroom sizes down would be
It's
much
really
less stress for the teacher.
Oh gosh, could you imagine 25 3-year-olds in a room?
Like hanging out with both the Zachs.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
It's up there.
It's up there though.
For all the rest of you, the other Zach's behind the camera laughing right now about that joke. So,
because he knows what we're capable of.
So phase 2, we're getting ready to finish up phase 1. We've told you from day one our goal is to finish this project without adding a lot of additional debt to our current loan for the building that we're in.
That's right.
And so we're moving at a pace that's kind of according to the funds that we receive. So if the Lord puts it on your heart to give towards that, we'd love that. If you saw our budget this year, we set a budget that's below our expected income. And so all the funds that we raise for the facility, if you give the time to build, those types of things, that all goes towards our current loan debt and finishing off this building. In addition to that, any funds that come in, even to the general account that aren't budgeted out for our expenses next year, we intend to put all of that towards the building. And so our goal is to be the best stewards that we possibly can of your generosity. And so as the Lord leads you to do that, we'd love for you to contribute in those kinds of ways. Feel free to grab one of us 3 and ask about the facility. Feel free to peek your head in there on Sunday morning and see what it looks like. We'd love to let you see kind of the shell of things and then be able to share in the celebration as we begin to see walls go up and things like that.
Absolutely.
The opening is massive. You can't miss it. You can't miss how to get in there.
Yeah.
Real simple.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. Love to talk about what God's doing at Freshwater, and He is doing a lot. Awesome to see 3 baptisms last Sunday. Excited about just the Lord bringing people to salvation, and then we get to participate in the celebration of it and to watch Him grow our fellowship here at Freshwater, and for us just to be the best stewards we can as we continue to try and make disciples. So you guys have a blessed week.